Are you missing viable opportunities because of this glitch? In glitch number 216 for August 3rd, we're going to talk about the digital gold mine that could be overlooked in your business. Simple thing people don't do. Here we go.
We did a video about this just the other day for our other channel about Small Business Administration and the COVID economic injury disaster loans, or EIDLs as we call them. We did a video to warn people and remind them of a problem that's been ongoing since the days of the pandemic, over 4 years now, that the emails from that agency, the Small Business Administration, that are the domain name sba.gov, they go to people's spam folders all the time, and people are missing out and have missed out. Our clients have missed out on loan approvals, have missed out on requests for documents that were time sensitive. Please respond to this email no later than Friday, and the person discovers the email 3 months later. Spam folders, checking it.
Do
Actively.
you check
do
spam
you check it?
folder?
Better yet, do you have a process for how you check spam? I don't think it's enough to just go into spam all the time, although that's kind of what I do. But I don't get a lot of spam because I'm actively filtering my spam and telling my spam filters that's not junk.
And you counsel our clients on whitelisting to avoid that, especially because a lot of those examples of emails are very time sensitive. And the reason this is a glitch is because I almost missed an opportunity, whether it was an invitation to something or an inquiry for what we do and what kind of services we offer.
Just as we were about to roll this video, Linda said, "Oh, we'll be in and out. This is a simple video." But in fact, it's not. Well, I think we do this for the EIDL channel.
We did, but it just so happens to be a glitch.
Okay.
So it's going to be in and out.
It's complicated. I'm going to say this, and I don't want this to sound judgmental, but I want this to sound judgmental. What I have found in my experience is that people, how do I say this? They're lazy.
Some.
We get folks telling me on the phone, text message, "Hey, I never got the email."
But they didn't go one step further.
Oh, but then when I say, "Did you check your spam folder?" they say, "Yes, I did." But when I push them a little further and I give them my email address or I give them the topic, and I go, magically, on another attempt, they find the magically missing email that was in their spam folder.
That they
I
said.
then ask them to whitelist our domain. 3 weeks later, I send another email, and usually I follow up with a text message because a lot of our client work with the SBA is time sensitive. "Hi, it's Trevor from Aurora Consulting. I sent you an email." And the same thing happens all over again. I mean, we had one client recently who, this guy was notorious, and he kept telling us, "No, I've checked all the filters. You guys are white," except every one of our emails he wasn't responding to because they were going to his spam folder because he did not whitelist our domain.
The domain.
He didn't take an active approach. Look, spam is annoying as all get out. It really is. But Linda said it. You may be missing out on vital information or, as in her case, a golden opportunity.
Yeah.
So you've got to stop with the shortcuts and create an active spam search protocol. I recommend putting in the search box the domain or the topic or the name that you're looking for. One of the reasons I don't get a lot of spam is because I look at my spam folder 2 or 3 times a day.
Yeah.
And when I see an email that my spam folder has put in there by mistake, I may have subscribed to a newsletter 2 years ago, and maybe I don't read all the emails, and I delete them. So my spam filter starts thinking, well, that must be junk. So they start sending that newsletter I subscribed to into the spam folder. Well, I have to train the spam folder.
Yeah.
And guess what happens? Over a short period of time, the filter gets it, understands me like a puppy dog, and goes, woof, woof, okay, it's back in the regular email. This is why I don't get a lot of spam.
The golden actionable item is to revisit yesterday's glitch where we talk about the operations manual, and this is something that would be in the operations manual on how to handle not only whitelisting an email, whitelisting the domain. The other thing too is Trevor brings up a good point about, is it a pain in the neck? Yes.
Only for a short while.
You don't want to look at it so much as a problem as much as optimizing the solution.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, thank you. Stream of consciousness.
Well, optimizing solution is kind of what I was just speaking about. You have an active search. You engage with the spam folder actively and often. And sooner rather than later, it starts to become a lot easier. First of all, it becomes rote. and you are optimizing your efficiency there. And it becomes a lot less time spent.
I think the other thing too that is just so interesting to me is this seems so benign of a consideration. And what I mean by that is because the actual issue of spam is not benign, but the checking of the spam folder seems so obvious of a thing that you would do because of the frequency that spam comes into our inbox.
I called a lot of people lazy a moment ago, and let me say there's another class of people who I think are assuming the tech has solved this problem for you. Nope. So you don't need to look at the spam folder, but in fact, the tech has not solved this problem for you. So either way, you can't shortcut your way out of looking at spam.
And again, minimizing the oversight of not checking spam.
What's the goal today?
The goal is very easy: to structure your email so that you can see your spam or junk folder so it's not out of sight, out of mind. A lot of people, they don't do that. They don't go into their settings to see what's available for the customization of your inbox.
Well, that leads into the actionable item, which is to learn how certificates work, how domain whitelisting works. Yeah. Take a few minutes to learn how to do that, and you will find your experience improves dramatically, because you will then know that if something goes in the spam folder that shouldn't be there because it's from a valuable contact or a prospect or a client, that you can whitelist that name, that email address, etc., the domain, and it will begin to phase out of the spam folder back into your regular inbox. And you continue to do that thing that we are all about in these videos, which is making money.
216.